Everyone is always talking about how badly they want to have a business, so they can move to Miami and get a ton of fancy cars and stuff like that. But you normally don't see the work that goes into making one of these dreams a reality. Over the last few months, I've been working non-stop on growing my 3D printing business. And after a ton of hard work, I'm finally starting to see some results. In the past, I've seen some success, but nothing like this before. I'll be taking you on the journey of how I made my 3D printing business profitable. But first, I want to thank FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. When I spend hours at my computer trying to create high-quality designs, I begin to feel creatively drained. Having a standing desk is a game changer. It really helps me get the juices flowing and lock in. In my last video, I received an email from a construction worker located in the UK. He wanted me to design a way to keep the gas canisters warm throughout the winter as they stop working under cold conditions. After 10+ hours of research and design, I had 2 prototypes with some success. However, I wasn't happy with the finished product, so I decided to redesign everything. This brings us to right now. After a while of redesigning and improving every little detail I could think of, I went to start the print. We're out of filament. You know what that means. I reprinted all the parts and reordered some things from Amazon and AliExpress. It was time to assemble. I borrowed my dad's spray gun and carefully filled up the inside. I then inserted the heat pad along with all the electronics. Everything fit perfectly into place. I put on the covers that concealed all the electronics. It was finished. It looked amazing, but it was time to test. I turned it on. I took a couple baseline measurements and compared it to how my invention held up. I was very happy with the results. I then carefully boxed everything up and shipped it out to the customer. A couple days later, I checked the tracking information, and of course, it got denied at customs. I guess it looked like a bomb or something due to the battery. I was pretty upset, as I had put a lot of time and effort into this design, just for it to get returned at the last second. So I tried shipping it out again, this time without the battery through my dad's work. But unfortunately, they said no as well. At this point, I realized shipping this thing overseas was going to be a nightmare, and probably not even possible. So instead of wasting more time, money, and energy, I reached out to the guy and told him the situation. I told him the only option was him printing out all the parts, reordering all the electronics, and assembling everything himself. He seemed fine with this, so I spent some time organizing all the files and all the shopping links to send out to him. I filmed a tutorial of me putting everything together and also sent that. He paid me $90 for the design work. I know it might seem like I got scammed out of my time, but I learned a lot through this process. And now I have an invention that I'm genuinely proud of. I then uploaded all the files and pictures to Cults, along with a link to the tutorial and a link to all the different electronics that were required. I listed it for $6, so hopefully I'll get some sales. Over the last couple months, I've been receiving print requests from people who want me to print something out and ship it out to them. The first email I received was from a guy who lived in Canada. He wanted me to print him a cover for his Steam Deck and ship it out to him. This seemed like free money, and it was. I printed it off, put it in a box, and shipped it out to him. A couple hours later, I received an e-transfer for $35, $15 for shipping, and $20 for my hard work. The next print request that came in was from someone who didn't live in Canada. He wanted me to print him a sewing kit organizer and would pay me $20 for it. But when I looked through the files, I realized the filament alone would cost more than $20. So unfortunately, I had to decline the offer. I had a couple other people reach out to me wanting me to print them something, but they all weren't going to profit me very much. When I first started my 3D printing business, I thought fulfilling print requests was going to be a great way to make money. But between the wear and tear on the printer, the cost of filament, the cost of shipping, and dealing with customers, I realized this might not be the best long-term strategy. So in the future, I'm gonna steer away from print requests and focus more on my design work. One day, I was just chilling at home when I got a message from one of my previous clients. He said that one of his friends was interested in my design work. I got in contact with the guy, and he seemed nice and easy to work with. He actually lived in my area, so he said he could swing by and drop off the part he needed to design. He came by the next morning and handed me the piece. While we were talking, he mentioned the part normally cost his company around $1,000 to make. He was extremely grateful that I'd be able to recreate the part, saving his company a ton of money. I just got this part dropped off. It looks like it'll be pretty easy to make, so it shouldn't take me too long. After taking a couple of reference images, a couple of measurements, an hour of designing, and around 5 mental health breaks later, I was finished. And just like that, I finished this piece. It looks pretty good. I printed out a test piece to ensure everything worked well, and it did. I then sent off the files. Later that day, I received an e-transfer from a contractor for $60. I was genuinely shocked and super happy. Since the whole process only took me around an hour, I basically made $60 an hour for that project. Not bad at all. Creating custom designs for others is cool and all, but I want to put my skills to use for my own benefit. FlexiSpot sent me out their E7 standing desk in this super cool colorway, and I want to design some cool custom attachments for it. I brought it into my basement and got to work assembling, which was a very easy process, only taking around 30 minutes. I then moved it into my bedroom and set up my monitors and my PC. I hung my pegboard up beside it and plugged the desk in. I was shocked by how smooth and quiet it was.
Oh my days, this is so nice.
I spent some time trying to think of something I could create for this desk. I wanted to create some custom drawer organizers to keep the desk space clear. I ordered some sliders from Amazon and got to work on the design. Having the standing desk for the design process made it way smoother. Whenever I needed to measure something, grab a tool, or check on the printer, the process was way easier. After a while designing, I was finished. I printed the parts over the next 2 days. I was ready to assemble. All the parts fit together perfectly. I mounted it to the bottom of my desk. It looks amazing and is super functional. I spend a lot of time on my computer, and sitting in the same position is not only unhealthy, but I begin to feel distracted and unproductive. The desk, along with the drawer I made, has already made me feel way more productive through the editing process of this video. I also love the range of motion the desk has, going from 24 inches all the way to 50, allowing for me to work in a variety of different positions. The desk can also hold up to 350 pounds, so I'm never worried about it not working.
Okay, so we just uploaded the drawer I designed to Cult and MakerWorld.
A couple days later, I received an email from a client I had worked with before. He owns a golf simulator in my area. He wanted me to come to his facility and take some measurements of parts he needed designed. We scheduled to meet up that Saturday. When I got there, he showed me everything he needed designed. There was 3 main things. First, he wanted a clean way to attach his cable box to his TV, and a way to store his remotes, ideally in one big assembly. Second, he needed a holder for these little adjusting boxes that are used to change the T settings. They're always being moved and the wires are constantly being pinched. So he wanted me to figure out a secure way to mount them. And finally, he needed custom funnels on 3 of his golf bays. Those bays had older designs, and the balls weren't funneling properly. I started with the TV assembly. He didn't really have any ideas of how he wanted it to look or work. It was up to me to think of what would work the best. I took a bunch of measurements of the cable box and the remotes until I thought I had everything I needed. I was trying to figure out how the system would attach to the TVs when I had the idea to use where the TV stands normally mount as a connection point. I took a couple more measurements before moving on to the T adjustment box holder thing, which honestly seemed really simple. The only challenge was figuring out a good installation method, but after a little bit of thinking, I found a clean solution. Then came the tedious part, measuring the 3 different bays. Each golf bay was slightly different due to factors like the floor, type of material used, and human error in general. After what felt like forever of measuring and sketching, I had finished. This whole process took around 2 hours, but now I had all the measurements I needed. Okay, so I just got back from the golf place, and I have a ton of measurements on this paper, and then I also got this TV stand. It's how I'm gonna connect the remote/cable box stands. I started with the TV mount and the remote holder. This design took around an hour and a half and turned out really clean. The adjusting box holder thing was even easier. I finished it in around 10 minutes. And finally, using all the measurements I took, I designed 3 custom funnels for the golf bays. Those took around 20 minutes in total. Altogether, the job took 4 hours, including traveling there, design work, and traveling back. I sent him the files along with an invoice for 4 hours of work. He paid me $100 and said he would print them when he had a chance. I was again very happy with this. I was making around $25 an hour doing something I found enjoyable. A couple weeks ago, I decided to redo my room. And to add some decoration, I 3D printed and designed these cool album covers to hang on my wall. They turned out really good, and I thought other people might be interested in them. So I decided to record some clips and create some shorts to advertise them. I then spent the next 2 days designing album covers that I thought were cool, and created shorts trying to get people to purchase the designs. Anyways, I ended up creating 5 album covers. Little Kid in the Sky, Depressed Fugitive, For All the Puppies, Rainbow Triangle Land, and a whole lot of copyright. I also made 3 shorts to try to get people to download these files. I spent 2 hours creating listings on Cult and put them up for $5 a pop. After a couple days of the videos being out and the files gaining some traction, I received this comment. This caused me to worry, as I didn't want to get sued by Big Snake Drake. So I asked my best friend what I should do. I decided I would just put them up for free. Looks like this was a pretty big waste of time. When I redid my room, I designed these cool custom light covers that turned out really well, and I'm actually pretty proud of them. I figured others might be interested in having their own custom light covers. So I made a short video showcasing it and letting people know if they wanted one customized, they could reach out to me. It turns out my first customer was my brother. He saw my video and said he would pay me $20 if I could create one for him. I got on my computer. After a little bit of designing and printing, it was finished. It turned out amazing and looked almost better than mine. I created another short surrounding his cover with hopes of attracting more customers.
Good man. Very, 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 very good man.
When my little sister saw me and my brother's custom light covers and wanted one for herself, she gave me $10 and I got to work. I designed this cool volleyball cover and printed it out. It looks very nice, so I created another short surrounding it. I'm up to what? 6 shorts in total now? Jeez. Hey, so I put in so much work, man. I put in like work every day and there are no results, man. No results. I spend a lot of time designing stuff, and over time they start to accumulate. They do nothing when they just sit on my computer rotting away. I needed to go through and post a bunch of my files. I spent way too long organizing all the files, taking pictures, writing out the descriptions, and uploading them to MakerWorld and Cults. After a long 6-hour shift of me doing this, I was finally finished. I went to go look through my designs on Cults when I noticed something. I had €8 sitting under my sales tab. I was shocked. I guess 2 people purchased my coin sorter design. This equates to around 15 Canadian dollars in profit, so I was super happy. Along with this, my MakerWorld has been gaining significant traction. I'm up to around 85 downloads, 4,500 views, and around 260K impressions. I have around 50 more downloads on Cults with around 5,000 views. One day, I hope to join MakerWorld's commercial membership program, where I can earn commission off my downloads. If you guys could go check out some of my designs, that would be very much appreciated. All of this work, the failed shipments, long design sessions, trial and error, and experimenting with different ways to make money, all finally led to something real. My 3D printing business is now genuinely profitable. From everything I've done so far, I've made around $330 Canadian, including $90 for the gas tank warmer design, $35 from the Steam Deck print, $60 for the contractor design work, $100 for the work I did for the golf simulator, $30 from custom light cover sales from my siblings, and around $15 from selling my coin sorter design online. Adding the $250 I made in the last 2 videos, we're sitting around $580 profit from my 3D printing business. More important than the money, I believe I laid down the foundation for a successful business. If you guys are interested in getting a FlexiSpot premium standing desk, you guys can check out the website. If you guys need something better suited for heavy equipment, check out the E7 Pro. Both models come with 15 years of warranty. Thank you again to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video, and thank you guys for watching until the end.